Hey guys, welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Dr. Mel Vandevort. And today I'm going to be talking about the importance of taking ownership for your own learning. And I'm going to provide you with some practical action steps that will empower you to do just that. Whether you're a student, a professional, or a lifelong learner in general, embracing this mindset can accelerate your growth and unlock your true potential. Let's get started. Hi friend, are you ready to move into a leadership position? Do you have interests and ambitions that you want to pursue, but feel like you don't know how to take that next step? Maybe you want to start your own coaching or consulting agency. I'm Mel, and I help educators define their career path through correct mindset, knowing your options, and getting prepared for your career transition. I will show you how to level up your leadership skills, share your expertise in a new way, create impact on a larger scale, and put your leadership in motion. As an educator for over 20 years, I started to feel underused and like I had more to give. I knew when the time had come for me to leave the classroom and affect change on a larger level. Now, I'm ready to help you determine where your talents and skills mesh with your passions and interests. Put your leadership in motion and move into that next phase of your educational career journey. Let me help you define your career path by having the right mindset, knowing your options, and getting prepared for that next leadership position. So power up and put your leadership in motion. Don't you guys just love learning? I am constantly learning something new. I'm either listening to a podcast or an audio book or reading something or having my boyfriend teach me something in the music world. And I just always want to take ownership of the things that I don't know and the things that I want to know. And I find a way to learn them. I find learning exciting. And I'm that perpetual learner, that lifelong learner. And I don't think that there is a time in your life when you shouldn't be learning something. There have been a couple of times in my life where there was something specific that I wanted to know how to do, but didn't know someone who could teach me what I was wanting to learn. One time I wanted to learn how to knit really badly. And so I got on YouTube and I taught myself how to knit. Another time, I really wanted to learn to play piano by chord instead of just by note, because when you play by chord, then you can play on like the praise team at church. And so once again, I took ownership of my own learning because I didn't know anybody to teach me. And so I jumped on YouTube and I learned how to play by chord so I could play on the praise team. I've never been scared to figure out how to do something or to learn something new. So if there's something that I really want to know, I will figure it out somehow or another. I will learn it in some way. And anytime I have a lack of knowledge about something that I want to know, it's my own lack of effort that has caused me to have that lack of knowledge. So if I want to know something, I find a way to learn it. Which is really the point of today's episode. I want you to take responsibility for your own learning and embrace that learning so you can do all of the things that you want to do. The first step in taking ownership of your own learning is to embrace a growth mindset. Reflect on your current mindset and identify any areas where you have fixed beliefs or some self-limiting thoughts that may hinder your learning progress. And then challenge these beliefs and replace them with a growth mindset that embraces the idea that your abilities and the intelligence that you have can be developed through dedication and through effort on your part. And this involves setting some clear learning goals. Define what it is that you want to achieve, and then create that roadmap that outlines the steps you need to take to reach those goals. Start by backward planning your goals. Start with your big goal and then break that down into smaller, more manageable tasks that help you stay motivated, and then track your progress and celebrate those successes. And embrace any setbacks or things that didn't work out. I don't really want to say the word failure, but in your mind, it may feel like a failure. and use those as a learning opportunity to continue to grow and refine your skills. Seek out feedback and surround yourself with mentors, teachers, or peers who can provide you with that constructive criticism and support your learning journey. And adopt a mindset that views failure as a stepping stone to success, and use that as a chance to identify areas where you may need some improvement. And the second step is to take ownership of your learning process. The first thing you have to do is to develop some effective learning strategies. And that's different for each of us. What works for one person to learn something may not work for another. I am very auditory and visual. I have to have it coming in all different ways. And sometimes I have to hear or see things or try things multiple times before it's solidified in my brain. So you'll just have to experiment with some different techniques, such as active reading or note-taking, maybe some mnemonics. That's a great way to learn things, or visuals to find what works best for you. Continuously refine and adapt your strategies based on your individual learning style and your preferences. And the most important thing is to cultivate your own self-discipline and be consistent in your learning. When I'm trying to learn a new song or something is giving me fits when I'm trying to learn it on the piano, I have to be very dedicated and disciplined to practice and practice and practice. And sometimes I get tired of practicing the same song over and over and over. But then the more I practice, the more it becomes muscle memory. And I have to really prioritize certain learning experiences for myself and eliminate those distractions that may happen. So I have to be very cognizant of what time of day I'm doing it and what else is going on. And that way I can hold myself accountable for sticking to my schedule and sticking to whatever it is that I'm trying to learn. Remember, consistency is that thing that really accelerates your progress because it builds that momentum that just keeps you going. First of all, it puts you in motion, and then you can continue building that momentum and practicing whatever it is you're trying to learn. Then you start seeing some success because you've seen some progress. And then when you celebrate that success, it even gives you more fire to keep moving forward in your learning. And take advantage of every available resource. Leverage technology, online courses, books, podcasts, those people who are close to you, your mentors. I've already said that I like listening and learning through audiobooks, but sometimes, even though I have an audiobook of something, I still need to see it in print so I can really let it sink in. I can hear it, but I also need to see it and read it a couple of times and do some underlining and highlighting. So there are some books that I have a digital copy or an audio copy of and a hard copy just so I can really learn what the content is. And then seek out communities or some forums where you can connect with those like-minded individuals and engage in some meaningful conversation to help you grow. If I want to learn something specific, I will look for a group that is talking about that very specific thing. When I was learning how to be a better principal, I joined a principal group on Facebook, a couple of them actually. Plus, I followed a lot of people on Twitter, and I learned so much from those seasoned principals. By taking responsibility for your own learning, you're going to unlock a powerful tool for personal growth and development. Remember, a growth mindset coupled with ownership of your learning process can really lead to a remarkable achievement in everything that you do. By embracing the steps that I just talked about, you're shaping your own learning journey and unleashing your full potential in the process. So keep exploring, keep expanding your horizons, and keep learning. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I will see you back here next week.